Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how changing your routine can help you increase your testosterone, human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started, please do me a huge favor. Please, ring the bell. Subscribe to the channel, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up, like, so I say, hey. And of course, follow me on that social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat. I'm YOUNGDAYGO. Don't forget to ring the bell because I'm putting content out daily. And that's right, in this video, we're going to talk about how changing your routine up can help you, manifest a bigger penis, naturally raise your HGH, because that's what we're all about here. And the BCC, the Big Cock Collective, the Big Cock Consciousness, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise that testosterone, your human growth hormone, and manifest a bigger penis, man. It's a beautiful thing. So, if you want any serious help and inquiries, I'm here to. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor, and I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So get at me in the BCC. I'm here for you. I can put a variety of programs together and definitely enlighten you nonetheless. And without further ado, I'm here to tell you about changing your routine. And this was all inspired in me today because I'm in one of those flows. And me, I do that Wu Wei flow, a Tao practice, the path of least resistance. And I have to stick to that sometimes because, the monkey mind makes you want to do the robotic stuff every once in a while, and you got to get out of your own way and you got to just let it flow. We got to let it flow to let it grow. So go ahead and write that down, let it flow to let it grow. And when we're going with that, let's start this out with a quick fresh breath. So I say, I got a shot today, so write that down. I got a shot. I feel beautiful. It's a powerful thing to just know that, we're here, and it's a beautiful thing to just give gratitude, because gratitude is the attitude. So thank you so much, universe, for giving me this moment to share it with you and enjoy a beautiful experience. So with that, we're talking about changing the routine up and how it can help you manifest the best, because that's what we're all about here. And, getting out of your way is definitely something that can benefit you, tremendously. Not just in the fact of growth, it's in the fact of your flow. Because when you're talking about, going against the grain, you're going to be going against the way. And when you do that, we can give you that, it's going to be stressful when you're going, out of your way. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and just go with the flow. Understand that you're going to grow. And when we're talking about, the big penis exercises and naturally raising your testosterone through Groga practice, putting practice into action, you're definitely going to be manifesting at all given times. It doesn't have to be, through exercise and diet alone. Your mind has to be clear for growth. So if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear, man. I say this all the time, so you got to remember that. You keep this mind clear, beauty is going to appear and everything's going to flow to you. So go ahead and write down, I'm clear for growth. Because when you're a clear conduit, you're putting yourself in that frequency of being receptive to the growth. And some people's channels might have a different grow program, but nonetheless, you can use collective beliefs to help you achieve. And that's something that I like to do, once in a while. I like to say, what collective belief can help me achieve? And those, they're just pretty much just a group of beliefs that could be backed by either science or just a whole bunch of people that, have gotten results through certain things. And that's something that you can tap into. But you got to understand that you are your own collective as well, and you have power. So go ahead and write this down. I am magic, I am power. And you got to understand that you are magic and divine, and you can increase your size. So let's go ahead and get a quick pump going, get my blood flowing, get myself growing, because I like to be showing that you are your own resistance. Look at me just pumping it up, Zapman style curl. Look at the veins just coming to life. I ain't even lifting a weight. I'm just sitting there naked in a chair, And I'm just letting you know that the mind-muscle connection is everything that you need to grow. And then you add the weights onto this, other collective beliefs, and you're definitely going to show and understand that you are magic, you are divine, and you can increase your size. So go ahead and say that. I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size, man. And just get that going, man. Get that flow going. It's a beautiful thing. And that's something you gotta give, thanks to, man. And I tell you, man, it gets you pumped up, and you're just sitting here, just letting the universe flow through you, understanding that you have the power inside to create this stuff. And this is beyond what I'm telling you. This goes like, we're talking Paramahansa Yogananda says this. He's the the guy that wrote Autobiography of a Yogi, and that's a book Steve Jobs has in his had in his iPad. Talking through Steve Jobs right now. So how you doing? And what we're going with is, pretty much he tells you this, that man, I got a beautiful pump going. He says that the mind is the wielder of muscle. So understand that the size comes from here. Now, whether you're doing these big diets and these other types of exercise, essentially it's all in here that's going to do it. And it's even like, no matter what bodybuilders out there, they always tell you, it's all in your head. And of course they use collective beliefs to help them achieve, through other drugs and other ways, and not all of them are doing this. So you just got to go with your own flow, and you could definitely help yourself grow, and you're going to be able to manifest through the divine. And that's my main intention here, to understand that essentially, if we go a scientific route, steroids and all this stuff, it's already in here. Cannabinoids, DMT, and all that stuff, it's already here. So it's about unlocking them, making your mind clear and getting yourself in control of the grow. Because essentially we are just a light that's running this beautiful avatar, and I'm not going to get in my own way and let anybody tell me how to work something that I'm dealing with. But again, I'm not going to, if somebody's got something valid that I agree with, I'll go with that flow. And that's what a collective belief can help you grow. And we're talking about just utilizing information that a whole bunch of people got results from, and you could be like, all right, that works. The Big Cock Consciousness and the Big Cock Collective is a group of beliefs that is beyond me. It's just beyond knowing. And this is what we're talking about, through the beginning of time, and other types of civilizations have all increased their size of the penis. And you got to understand that it's possible. You got to believe that you can do it. You got to understand that it's meant to grow. I mean, it's a piece of meat that's ready to be swinging between the knees and throbbing at the pecs, making you your best. And you can do a whole bunch of different kinds of exercise to, add to your size, whether you're using pumps or if you're using the super edging technique that I really believe in, and masturbation for manifestation, a technique I can teach you hands-on. And it's taking a practice which once would have been, I could have been something that's no good for you, and I'm turning it around into helping you. It's helping you raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone. It's charging your chi, and that's what this is all about. I mean, I believe in the semen retention, and this is No Nut November, so let me get it. Let me say how you guys doing. If you guys haven't blew a load yet, then hey, good for you. If you're blowing many loads, good for you too. But I like to say that, it's about, charging your chi. And, right now, man, I've been pretty good. I've been, this whole month I've been all right. It's about 13 days. And, I could say that my chi and my energy is really strong, and I'm dripping that pre-cum, man. I got puddles by my feet. And, I know that might sound sick to some, but intriguing to others. And when you're talking about, dripping pre-cum, to me, that's a sign of being virile and being strong. And, also you're going to have to release the load every now and then. And it's like, if I'm going to know when I got to blast that load. It's just, you got to read your body. It's not just about holding it the whole month. Some people are able to ejaculate through dreams and all that. And I just feel that, when you do all these practices, it's going to be to ejaculate in a dream when you're chi and you're so in touch with your piece down there. It's going to be, less possible. But I'm not saying that it ain't possible, you know what I mean? I'm just saying when you got a long stamina, a dream ain't gonna break your, isn't gonna break your stamina, is all I'm saying, you know. But then again, maybe it can. If you're having an intense, you know, sex session in your dream, maybe that can help you release. I don't know. There's been times where, you know, of course I felt sex in my dreams and all that, and you know, like I say, man, sex is divine, man. It's felt beyond the body, and you know, like, that's how I know that everything's connected. I mean, you got your third eye right there, got the crown up there, we got that heart right there, the penis is on the root. But since I got that heart pumping, I got that going, always got to share this matrix hack any which time I can. And all that is whenever you see somebody in line, if you're at the store, if you're on the phone, you hear somebody on the other line, you see somebody on TV, you just see somebody, neutral thoughts, don't even think anything, just think this: I intend on that person to have a beautiful day, feel love in some kind of way, and go along your day. And that's all you got to do. And you're hacking the matrix, you're changing this place for the better. Because essentially, you're really just telling it to yourself, because the universe is a mirror. And if you want that, you know, that beauty to be clear, you get back, you put out what you get back. So always remember, take care of what's in here. Always spread the love when you can, and you're gonna just change this whole place for the better. Because you know, this could be like, you know, I entertain that all thoughts are things, and I like to create beautiful things. And you might think that, you know, there's no purpose or whatever, but I want to tell you that you got purpose. You're beautiful, and if you're in the room, just having you there, don't feel overwhelmed that you don't belong. Just intend on everybody to feel beautiful, and you're doing something right, because you're changing it up for the better. You're at least just blasting them, like, just love, you know, you're putting love in the air. And when you do that, you're changing the vibration, and you're changing your antenna to be more receptive to that love flow. Because that's all it really is. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, if you're having a bad flow, it's really what's going on with this, with the antenna. You gotta change the station a little bit and get what you want. And you know, talking about changing the routine, you know, what we're all about here in this beautiful experience. It's just about, you know, going with your heart, man, is what it all comes down to, man. And like, you know, talking about making your you know, muscles bigger and your penis bigger, all that stuff is to essentially, you know, make you a better person, make you feel more confident in who you are. Because the more confident in who you are, the more love you give to yourself, the more love you can put out there. And always start with putting it out there anyway. So you start with loving yourself, taking care of yourself, doing something for you. Always smile every time that you can. I mean, you know, like I say, man, if you got to have a drink with the universe, I tend to say salute. You know what I mean? I do that every now and then. Because when you're never drinking alone, remember that. You're always, you know, there's a whole world in here, man. And that's why I always got to say my famous quote: we might all live on the same planet, but we're all from different worlds. So you go ahead and write that down and really think about that for a second, and understand that, you know, as long as your world is coming with love, coming with energy, you could do no wrong. So remember that. I come with love, I come with energy, so I do no wrong. And when you're going with that flow, you're understanding that what you do to others is what you do to yourself. And, you know, like I said, man, having a huge piece of meat, having a big penis, man, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. So you got to be ready for that. That's part of this whole, you know, transformation. You know what I mean? Because it's not just big penis and huge muscle manifestation. It's the journey and the ride to increase your size. And at the, you know, at the end of it all, it's the vibration of being, you know, being that beautiful giant. You know what I mean? If you're huge and you're happy, you're not going to be worried about, you know, the little gremlins at your feet, man. Like I say, man, when you're a giant, your head's in the clouds. You got that huge piece of meat throbbing at the pecs. Well, at least I do it. Give it a kiss. Give it a how you doing. That's what I'm all about, man. Having it thick like that. I know it might sound thick, sound sick to some, but I mean, I'm coming with love, man. I'm telling you, that's what it's all about, and that's what I visualize. That's what I see. You know, size is the prize, and it's like, you know, if you have that giant attitude, you're not gonna be worried about anybody's little, like, you know, little problems, man. Because that's, you know, that's the gremlin problems. You know, I'm not gonna be looking at my feet when I'm way up here looking at all this meat. You know what I mean? And of course, I ain't gonna to step on the wrong person's house or anything, but you know, I'm always coming with that love, and when you're up there, that's what this vibration and frequency is all about, and that's what I intend on you guys to feel. And I, you know, whatever size you want to achieve is essentially up to you. You know, my main intention is for you to be confident and comfortable being naked, man. Because these bodies, it's like a shame if you never ever really take it for a full ride. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you not get comfortable being naked? I'm listening to this. You know, I was watching Netflix, and that one, the guy from I think his name's Jeff Garland. He's the guy on Larry David, Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's talking about how he doesn't like you know, seeing naked guys in the locker room, and people will come up to him and be happy, and he's like, I don't know why guys are always naked in the locker room, and they always got their hand on their hip. And it's like, you know what, you got to look at it from a different perspective. Like, this is like that guy's only spot to be naked and to actually be a true person. And more old school people, I find, like, you know, 70s type guys and below, like, they had that more of a comfort with being naked. And then, like, through the 80s and 90s and 2000s, obviously, and beyond, like, it's just been more and more, you know, people taken away from that, making you ashamed of your body. Because, like, you know, back in the mod show era, like, you seen what guys looked like. I mean, you know, it was a different type of vibe back then. You know, more guys didn't care. And now this is a, you know, more of you know, this is the pretty boy era, man. The era of wanting to look beautiful. And yes, it's always been out there, but more so now than ever. With, you know, you got everybody on Instagram that's a fitness guy and this and that, and you understand that fitness is such a huge part of life. And you know what you see on the magazine and the TV, and I'm here to tell you that it doesn't really matter about all that. It matters what you think. And if you feel that's what you got to be, then let's get you there. But I'm just going to tell you something again. I'll tell you something you probably don't know. For everybody out there, for everybody, somebody's dick's getting hard and somebody's pussy's getting wet. So never let your insecurities ruin somebody's happiness. You're beautiful. You have a beautiful cock. You're a beautiful person, and somebody loves you, man. Don't get it twisted, man. There's so many people out there, and you could turn somebody on in so many different ways. And you can't look at one way of finding anything. I mean, there's just so many different mixes, and when you get lost into the, you know, you talk to certain people that, you know, they want to like be like, oh yeah, I only date girls that are under 25. Yeah, I only date, yeah, they gotta have that tight skin. Blah blah blah. It's like, what? Listen, you know, I'm saying sexiness doesn't have an age, doesn't have a color, doesn't have a size, doesn't have a shape. It has a feel. All right, and if you feel sexy, you attract sexy. You're gonna have a sexy, beautiful experience, and that's what that really all comes down to. Don't let anybody's just you know chit chat about nothing, you know, become everything. I just let it ramble, and I just stay in here, man, and I keep it clear, you know. And you know, because me, I got a comedic mind. You know, you hear people of different types of you know, egos, of course, and of course I got a huge ego. You know what I mean? I'm talking about stomping on houses, or not stomping on houses, but you know, sucking this huge piece of meat, and I'm a character nonetheless. And everybody out there, I'm telling you, you're a character whether you know it or not. And you know, owning who you are is a huge part of this, man. And you got to understand that we're all from the stars, and what's inside of me is inside of you. And you got to understand that all truths are true. So you got to find the ones that make you, you. And when we're talking about, you know, essentially just, you know, letting go and letting yourself just be, that's a beautiful thing, man. And the world needs more different characters, because to me, everybody's got an ego, and you know, what it stands for is edging God out. And that's not just me that says this. I heard it on various people's YouTubes, and people, you know, this is beyond me. All right, so edging God out is what the ego does, and when we're talking about how that takes away from everything, we're talking that it takes away from the light of what we are, because the ego always has to be right. And you got to get out of your own ego's way and understand that there's many ways to get this done. And, you know, you don't have to, you know, don't rule out any fun, because you got to have fun, man. You got to be alive. You got to feel something. And you understand that with divine, anytime you're laughing, anytime you're smiling, you're doing something right. So watch some stuff on Netflix. Watch the comedy shows. Watch anything that makes you do this, because when you're at this, man, you are in the true source, the true energy, the true light, and that's where, you know, we get our best size, and that's where we got to have that, you know, you got to be in that frequency as much as you can, and, you know, with that, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And, you know, like I say, man, you got me rambling like a monkey in a tree. And that's a Forrest Gump analogy. I always got to just say that every now and then. And what this all comes down to is changing your routine. And I'll give you a quick, you know, I come around here, I see a lot of people that don't like me so much. And then I see a change. And then I realize, if I could change, you can change. Everybody can change. And that's from Rocky 4, and that's the truth. You know what I mean? So everybody can change, and don't get in your own way with any routine. Let yourself grow. Let yourself flow. Don't, like, you know, that's what this all comes down to, the Wu Wei flow. Understand that you're going to grow. If you're somebody that doesn't go to the gym a lot, then the Wu Wei flow might be aiming you to go to the gym more often, and you're going to have to, you know, of course, go against the grain a little bit and make some sacrifices and do the thing. But at the end of it all, you're going to still get there. As long as you have it in here that you're, you know, the intentions are set, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to make a change, I'm going to do what I got to do, it's going to happen. And sometimes in the very beginning, you might have to, like, you know, go against it a little bit, but you'll get that train right on the tracks, and you will keep on chugging, streamlined butterfly. And that was from Gone in 60 Seconds. And you'll be able to, it's great, Donnie, Low Rider, Donnie, okay, let's ride, you know, Nick Cage. Now, anyways, we'll keep it flowing, and that's what it's all about, man. Just keeping yourself smiling and understand that you're a beautiful person. And, you know, like I said, man, just don't get lost. Don't get lost along the way, man. Just, you know, go for the ride, make it easy, and, of course, we're going to manifest the best. Now, oh yeah, for anybody out there, you know, go ahead and you want any serious help, get at me. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size, set up a variety of programs depending on your your work availability, and I could show you, I could give you some Wu Wei flow techniques to help you achieve. And it's more or less changing in here, you know what I mean? You change this, everything essentially will work. And you don't have to get lost in so many routines and diets, but of course you're going to want to put something together that you can, you know, come back to, because collective beliefs help you achieve. And like I said, with that, you know, I hope you enjoyed this. I know you enjoyed this beautiful experience. You're making it here, man. I know you're smiling. Get out there, spread some love any which way that you can. Of course, what you got to do is make sure you ring the bell, you know, because, I mean, you know, I'm putting that content out daily. And like Rocky Balboa says, hey, yo, I didn't hear no bell. So make sure you ring the bell. And, you know, like I said, man, give me the likes. I appreciate you guys. Get at me on the social media. You know, check out my cat. See, you know, he's always taking care of the neighborhood, my bear, my wolf. Whole bunch of other things coming. 2020 is soon, and I feel beautiful things are on the way, man. So understand that you are beautiful, you are divine, and you can increase your size. So I close with that. You guys are beautiful. I love you guys. Peace.